What's happening, y'all? Pete here, your host with the most, coming back at you with another one for We the People, where we come to the people with the truth. And the truth is that we got a video here from Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut. He is a real wonderful piece of uh huh. Uh, I want you to sit here and listen to this man lie and fearmonger, right? The American people into trying to believe that Trump's just locking up people. This guy, Hamad Khalil or Khalid or what I can't remember. His name will be up here, but anyway, he's a Colombian student, but he's on a visa. Okay, coming into this country, he's a Hamas supporter. Okay, and he's rounding up our college students to be anti-Semitic and be Hamas supporters. Hamas supporters. Bro, listen, if you wanna march peacefully for the Palestinian people, that's one thing. Peacefully marching for the Palestinian people, I get it. A lot of Palestinian people have died and shouldn't have died. A lot of Israeli people have died and shouldn't have died either. And that's at the hands of Hamas. And look what Hamas just did. Why would you march for Hamas after they kidnapped and raped women and killed children? Why would you support that? Now, granted, I agree with a lot that um I'm personally on the side of that Israel could have handled it a little bit different, a lot different. They have their military capabilities are just as good as ours is. They didn't have to drop buster bombs on whole towns, whole cities. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to lock them off. Not to mention there were Christians in them places. Okay, so I'm not totally against, but I am 100% against marching for Hamas. And if you are an American and you are marching for Hamas, you should be ashamed of yourself. And if you're a Democrat supporting anyone, any student, anything, I don't care. If you are supporting a student on a visa that is supporting terrorist uh, organizations like Hamas, ISIS, Al Qaeda, uh, it's bad enough our own government got caught backing Al Qaeda, right? So to have our students being brainwashed into thinking that this is the right thing to support, when you get students that are chanting from the river to the sea and don't even know what it means. And these are college students. What the hell are you wasting your money on? Anyway, check Chris Murphy out here with his hogwash, because all Chris Murphy does is lie, lie, lie. Trump hate, Trump hate. He's got TDS so bad, you could tell he wishes he could be like Donald Trump. He's another one that's jealous because he knows he ain't got it in him to ever be a president. He'll just be a lonely old senator, and it's coming up the term limit, so we ain't gonna have to see his face no more. By the way, Mr. Chris Murphy, just a question, sir. You wouldn't be on that Epstein list.
United States is being held right now in prison, even though no criminal charges have been filed against him. And I want to tell you why that should matter to every single American. Khalil is a recent graduate of Columbia University. He opposed Israel's military operation in Gaza. He has deep animus toward Israel's policies and the U.S. support for those policies. He helped organize the protests over Gaza at his university last year. You can disagree with his views or his politics, but there is no evidence he has broken any law. But last weekend, Trump officials entered his apartment and took him into custody. They brought him to a detention facility in New Jersey at first, but when his family went to visit him, he wasn't there. For a while, his family and his lawyer had no idea where he was. They eventually found out that he was being held in a detention facility in Louisiana, and that's where he still is today. In dictatorships, they call this practice being disappeared. No charges, no claims of criminal behavior. The White House doesn't claim he did anything criminal. He's in jail because of his political speech. And here's why everybody should care. In America, your political speech is protected, whether or not the president likes what you say. But today, if you're loyal to Donald Trump, your speech is going to be protected, even if it's hate speech. You can be Marco Ellis, an employee of Doge, who said he, quote, was racist before it was cool, and, quote, normalize Indian hate. And the Vice President of the United States will tweet in your defense. But if you are disloyal to Trump, or you're organizing against Trump's political agenda, your speech could be criminalized. You could find yourself in jail. Now, Trump chose to begin by disappearing a Palestinian immigrant, hoping that his place of birth and his immigrant status would just cause people to look the other way. But we cannot.
All right, guys, so as you can see that, Chris Murphy's up to the same things he's always up to, fear-mongering, right? Muhammad Khalil, he's got his deep passions and all that, right? We all do. I love machining. I love bringing you guys the truth. So if you go back and look, right, there's at least one Fox 45 news broadcast that I watched today where President Trump is actually buying a Tesla car, the same car that Elon Musk drives, the same Tesla that Elon Musk drives. He's buying it to have for his staff because he can't drive. He's got to be driven. He can't drive. So he's buying it for his staff to have a vehicle, but to support Elon. Because, listen, we should be supporting Elon. Elon's a patriot. You don't have to do this. As Americans, when are we going to wake up and see that? And I'm not talking about all Americans. I'm talking about the Americans that are still stuck on this far left. When are you going to see that? That man don't have to do that. He makes enough money. You're talking about, hey, you got AOC talking about the government contracts that all the money that he makes. Excuse me. Look at SpaceX's contracts versus NASA's contracts. SpaceX's contracts versus Boeing, who's failing. Lockheed Martin. Boeing's the reason why the two space that Elon's got to go pick the two astronauts up now because of Boeing. Charge $600 for a screw. Come on, man. Are you serious? But Elon's getting all this money from his contract. Wrong answer. You're talking about one of the most successful businessmen in our country that employs thousands of Americans, that makes thousands of, I believe it's like at least 90% American-made car. Oh, the only real electric, all electric car and Cybertruck, and getting ready to bring a self-driving taxi out next year. What is Neuralink? The Wi-Fi thing. I'm sorry, Elon. I mean, no disrespect. It's slipping my mind right now. There's so much jammed in my head right now. There's so many videos I want to make, but it's like I don't get nobody watching them now. So I'm just trying to. But look, if you guys see it and you see it to the end here, man, I really appreciate it if you guys hit the subscribe button and support the channel. I really appreciate it. I don't ask no one for money. If you want to support the channel, just hitting subscribe and liking the video and watching the videos. That's support enough for me. My job is to bring the news and bring you the truth. I'm trying to get these videos better. I want to make them more professional for my viewers. I'm working on learning the right times to film my videos because if I do it right after work, I'm normally dragging a little bit and tired and like hey guys, and but if like I took a nap for a little bit, about an hour, woke back up, and here we go. We're doing a video on Senator Chris Murphy just falling out of the toilet. But anyway, if you guys get anything out of this, man, I really appreciate it if you support the channel by subscribing to the channel. And that's all I need. You can go over to the locals. There's the locals over there. If you decide you want to support the channel further, there's ways to do it. You can go over to the locals. You can go over to Scoops and view the channel over there also. Liking and subscribing also. And that's how they pay for more likes and subscribes over there. They pay you for it. So, I appreciate it. And I hope you got something out of this and know that, the Democrats ain't going nowhere this year. I'm sorry, on the midterms. They had no chance. And if it works out the way that Trump's trying to make this work out with these tariffs and everything, they don't have a chance because we're getting ready to be the richest country in the world again. We already are, but we're really going to bring home all the manufacturing. I'm going to put that lathe and that mill to work then. Absolutely. We're going to get that mill. I got to get that motor running because if he starts doing that shipyard building and stuff like that, man, I'm finding somewhere where I'm finding a way to get the electric to my building. If I can get solar panels on the roof and a couple batteries inside, that'll give me enough that I can run the electric that I need in my building to be able to use um, my welders, my milling machine, and my lathe without a problem, and anything else in my shop without a problem at all, without a cost to the homeowner at all. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking, the homeowner helps me out by renting it to me at the cheap price that they rent it to me. And if I don't have to use the electric that goes to the house at all, I'd rather not. So it would be amazing to, figure out a way to get some solar panels on the roof. And I think if I could put them up on the whole roof, from back to all the way down the sides, I think that would pull enough sunlight, draw enough sunlight that it would generate enough electric inside my building that I could have electric for my building. And that's all I'm looking for. If 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 the if it's tapped into the system and the grid, and the grid can get anything off of it, any extra, then so be it. Let it have it. But I'm just looking to get mine off the bill for the building. Um, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to stop in and say what's up. I hope you guys can enjoy me out this video. And man, our country's headed toward a great direction. And if you're worried about the deals, don't, don't. We got the greatest dealer executive chief ever. Go Trump, get him. And we're here to stand with you. We the people. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.